My talk is also for a computational approach based on what I have called the Souriau exponential map. So this algorithm is well known for some people in geometric mechanics, but we know very well Souriau works, but not from our community. So it's how to compute the exponential map for matrix Lie group using the algorithm defined by Souriau. So I give my gratitude to Daniel Fortuné of University of Poitiers, who will give me access to some document of Claude Vallée on Jean-Marie Souriau archive on this topic. So this is the 50th birthday of his book Structure des systèmes dynamiques. So I give a citation of Borges: both forgetfulness and memory are apt to be inventive, because we can invent new models, but we can also recover models that have been defined before, like the work of Souriau. The Souriau has introduced this algorithm in a paper in Compte rendu de l'Académie des Sciences in 1948. And during the same period, you have two other papers of Jacques Laplume, which are provided also in CRAS, a publication on channel capacity, which was 3 months before Shannon. And in parallèle, you have also les éléments aléatoires de nature quelconque dans un espace distancié by Fréchet, the same year. It was just after the Second World War, so you have many ideas on this year of 1948 was very fruitful. And this is a very short communication of Jean-Marie Souriau, which has been given by Jean Chassis, which was in section of astronomy in French Academy of Science. So as I said before, we have organized this year a Souriau workshop organized by Iglesias, and you can have information on this workplace, and especially invite you to watch the talk of Jean-Pierre Bourguignon on Jean-Marie Souriau work. So this is a short CV of Souriau. In fact, he has developed these algorithms when he was engineer at Onera. He was in charge of a research group for the stability of airplane. And just if you don't know the curriculum of Souriau, so it was a student at École Normale Supérieure in Ulm, at the same with Jacques Dixmier, which is also very well known in Lie group, and René de Vels, which is the father of Paul de Vels. So as Géry has presented, you have the book of Souriau, Structure des systèmes dynamiques, but in my talk today I will talk about another book, which is Calcul linéaire in 2 volumes. And the algorithm is also developed in the appendix also of his last book, Grammaire de la nature. So the algorithm is how to compute the characteristic polynomial for a matrix. So it was first studied by Urbain Jean-Joseph Le Verrier and then improved by Souriau. So in 1840, you have an algorithm for calculating the characteristic polynomial of a matrix, which was invented by Urbain Jean-Joseph Le Verrier. And you have an improvement by Souriau in 1948. And he was also rediscovered afterward by Horst, Fadejev, and Sominsky in Russia, Frame in US, Wegener, and Xanthi. As it was the Cold War, as soon as this algorithm has been published, it has been studied by US Air Force, because it was very interesting, because they were interested to how to inverse very large matrices with very few power of computation. And it was also very funny, because it was when IBM came in Paris, they tried to make some first demonstration of their computer machine, and they used the algorithm of Souriau to make the test. It was very funny. Suryo explained that in his interview. So he launched the computing, they go to the cocktail and they come back for the result. So Leverrier was one of the inventors of matrix computation, and he provided an algorithm to compute the eigenvalue of the diagonalization of matrices for a problem of astronomy. So this algorithm was known by Suryo. By Suryo, we'll propose another one. What is the main characteristic? It's very interesting. So as observed by Suryo, for n equal 10 for the size of the matrices, his algorithm uses only 8,000 addition and multiplication compared to 36 million addition and 62 million multiplication for the classical approach. So classically, the state of the art now is most efficient is Krylov algorithms. But the problem is that Krylov algorithm cannot be parallelized. And the Suryo algorithms, on the contrary, has been parallelized by the Xanki. So if we compare algorithms in sequential calculation, we are not competitive with Krylov, but we are, it's highly parallelizable. So the approach of Suryo is to consider a frame of vector space and to define a n form, which will be the volume form, and the parallelepiped volume generated by the vector, which is given by the absolute value of this volume. And Suryo calls it the jauge space on all vector space of finite size for which we have selected. It calls that unitary jauge. So you can redefine, by the expression of volume, you can redefine the definition of determinant, adjoint, and trace. So determinant A of volume V1, Vn is volume AV1, AV2, AVn. Adjoint is given by this relation. Volume of adjoint A V1, V2, Vn is volume V1, AV2, AVn. And the trace is trace A volume V1 Vn is volume AV1 V2 Vn plus volume V1 AV2 Vn and so on. So using the following relation deduced from the previous equation, you have volume adjoint A AV1 V2 Vn is volume AV1 AV2 AVn is determinant A volume V1 V2 Vn. So with this relation, we recover the classical equation that adjoint by A is equal to determinant of A by identity matrices, and A minus 1 is the inverse of the determinant by the adjoint. So using this equation, we can invert lambda y minus A with the assumption that we have the following constraint. The determinant is not, doesn't vanish. And we use the definition of previous determinants. So if you use the previous definition, but we are not using 8, but lambda I minus A, we have this relation, and the equivalent of this relation is this relation. Adjoint lambda I minus A is determinant of lambda I minus A I. So you have to introduce two polynomials. A first polynomial indexed by lambda with a parameter k, which are real value, and another polynomial also parameterized by lambda with variable lambda, but the coefficients are matrices. Okay, and you have this relation like that, and you have so the equation on the polynomial aq equal lambda q minus pi. And if you develop the equation, you can then write this relation, and by identification term by term, you can identify bi by this equation. And so you recover the expression of a minus 1. And that here you have the characteristic polynomial is given by the parameter ki. But by using the classical result from analysis that delta determinant G is equal trace adjoint G delta G, and if we then set G equal lambda y minus A, and that delta is the derivative with respect to lambda, we have this relation. So we can write this equation, and we can deduce that the trace of Bi is n minus I Ki. And then we obtain the Souriau algorithms for computing the characteristic polynomial of the matrix A. So you have, in fact, two lines. One line to compute the Ki, which are the parameter of the characteristic polynomial, which are defined by AI, and AI is defined by Bi and A. And the Bi matrices are given by this recursive equation. So it's a very simple algorithms. So the idea is how to extend to compute the exponential map. As explained by Joël, it's very interesting to have exponential map because in computational information geometry, especially, we want to make Lie group machine learning. So we have to define what is the exponential map of Lie algebra matrix for many algorithms. So I will switch that. So the objective is to compute the exponential map. So classical, we can use serial exponential of exponential matrices, but it's not a good way for numerical reasons. So we will use Souriau algorithms. The algorithm is based on an analogy between algebraic and differential properties. So if you remember previous slide, you have this relation between the two polynomials, which is given by this equation. But you have an analogy with differential operators. And then you are looking for the function gamma, which this property that P d dt gamma is equal to 0. So in this case, if this term is equal to 0, you have that if you call Q d dt gamma phi, you can observe that if this term is equal to 0, you have d phi dt equal a phi. So you have so the solution of this equation will be exponential Ta. So you will have the exponential map of the matrix A. So this is the idea. In the following, so you have to consider so P d dt gamma is according to the k coefficient of the characteristic polynomial and the different derivative of the function gamma. Gamma 1 is the first derivative and so on. So you have so the exponential map of the matrix A will be given by this expression, where here you have the Bi, which are given by the Souriau algorithm for characteristic polynomial, and gamma will be a function that should verify this equation. Okay. So the function gamma should verify this equation, which depends on the parameter of the characteristic polynomial of A. So the algorithm is very simple. You start by Souriau algorithm, you compute Bi and Ki, and then you solve numerically this equation, which gives you a solution for gamma. And then the exponential map is given by this expression depending on the different derivative of gamma on the matrix Bi. So we have solved this problem, which is exponential map, but in mechanics, they are also studied the Souriau algorithm for other equation. If you want to solve this differential equation, A dx dt plus Bx equals 0, you can use that, but it's not very stable numerically. Or you can use the approach of Souriau, and you replace by lambda A plus B in previous approach with the same polynomial, and you can have the same relation. So it has been developed in the PhD student of Champion-Réon at SUPAERO, so in SAE. This is the high engineering school just in front of ENAC. for méthode d'étude des vibrations d'un système mécanique non basé sur le calcul de ses modes propres. So it was for the study of vibration system. You can also, for second order system equation, you can reduce to first order system equation by taking this variable x point, x dot, and you will use these matrices, lambda 2 m plus lambda c plus k, and you have the same development, and you can also solve this problem. I will just to conclude, illustrate you in the case where we obtain a closed form we recover a very classical result, but with the Souriau algorithms. So it's for the group SO3. So SO3 is matrix R, where R minus 1 is equal R transpose. The Lie algebra is SO3, which is given by this element, where W1, W2, W3 are R in R, and L1, L2, L3 is a frame of the Lie algebra. So you just have to apply the Souriau algorithms. It will give you that the exponential of omega x is given by gamma 2 B0, gamma 1 B1, gamma B2. Why? Because the other terms are null. So B0 is identity, K0 is equal 1. B1, if you make the computation, you recover omega x. K1 is equal to 0. B2, you make the computation and you find this expression, omega x dot omega x plus modulo square of omega identity. And K2 is a modulo square of omega. But if you use this relation on B2, that this expression is in fact the tensor product of omega, omega transpose, and the fact that K3 is equal to 0, we obtain that the exponential map of omega x is this expression. And then now you have to find what is gamma, the function gamma. So in this case, you have gamma is solution of this polynomial with K0, K1, K2, K3, where K are the parameter of the characteristic polynomial of the matrix omega x. But we have K0 equal 1, K1 is 0, K2 is modulo of omega, and K3 is equal to 0. So gamma is solution of this equation, with according to the first and the third derivative. So we can deduce that the first derivative is this expression. So we have a closed form, the inverse modulo of omega sinus modulo omega t. And so gamma t, we have, in this case, we have a closed form. But in general case, you have just to integrate numerically this equation. And then you have this expression for the exponential map. And if you use this relation with tensor product, you recover with the very famous Rodrigues formula for SO3. So it's a very, very clever, interesting algorithm because you can expand for other matrices. So you can make that for SO3. Voilà. So in information geometry, we are interested by that because, for example, we are interested by, for example, this is example for Gaussian monovariate Gaussian density. So you have the Fisher metric of the monovariate Gaussian density, where you can easily prove that the Gaussian density are parameterized in the Poincaré unit disk. But if you want to study, this is another, if you want to study multivariate Gaussian density, effectively you have a group which is acting, which is also a subgroup of the affine group. So imagine that you have a multivariate Gaussian density of 0 mean on a matrix of conversion identity, and you want to go to the variable y of, which is a Gaussian density of vector mean vector m on covariance matrix R. Classically, you write this relation that y is equal the square of R x plus m. But if you use the approach of geometric mechanics, you can rewrite this relation by this relation, and the square of R will be the square root in terms of Cholesky decomposition. So this is a diagonal matrices with positive element on the diagonal. So this is a group, and this is also a Lie group. So for multivariate Gaussian density, if you try to compute the Fisher metric, you have this expression, dm transpose R minus 1 dm plus 1/2 of trace R minus 1 dr square. But you cannot integrate that. If you compute the Euler-Lagrange equation, you can have this differential equation, Euler-Lagrange equation, with a second derivative here on M on R. But if you use the theory of Souriau, you can compute some moment map, and especially you will have two invariants which are related to Souriau moment map. The first one is R minus 1 R dot plus R minus 1 M dot M transpose, which is a matrix B. And R minus 1 M dot equal B, it is a vector. And so this vector and these matrices are in fact related to the Souriau moment map, or the invariant of Noether. And so you can reduce the Euler-Lagrange equation to a Euler-Poincaré equation for multivariate Gaussian density, where you have a very simple equation, n point equal RB, and R point equal RB minus BM transpose. But you cannot easily integrate, so the idea is to make geodesic shooting, which so this reformulation in terms of exponential map has been proposed by Ericsson. So you can change a variable. Delta is the inverse of matrix R. A small delta is R minus 1 M. And then you can rewrite the exponential of the matrix A, which is given by the Souriau, the component of the Souriau moment map, B and B, given by this expression, and you recover the equation of the geodesic. So you can apply that with the. So the idea is to take these matrices. You take these matrices, and you will compute the exponential map for these matrices. So just to illustrate what is a geodesic shooting for upper half plane, so it's not very useful. So this is the case for monovariate Gaussian density, parameterized by the mean on the standard on sigma, and you recover that it is an arc circle in the upper half plane. So this is for monovariate density. But if you want to compute the distance between two multivariate Gaussian density, you have to use a geodesic shooting. And geodesic shooting is very simple. You select a tangent vector, you shoot with the exponential map on the manifold, and you look at the difference between your targeted points on the shooting, and you transport this vector with parallel transport, and you correct the initial tangent vector, and you iterate. Nobody has proved that it converges, but everybody uses this geodesic shooting algorithm. So in this case, the tangent vector is given by B and B. Okay. So in fact, you select B and B and you shoot. And when you have the good tangent vector, the distance is trivial, but it is given by the expression. And it's very useful for machine learning on Lie group. For example, this is an illustration of mean shift on SO3, because you have here some points, and you want to make some mean shift on this point on SO3. So you transport, you use a log x minus 1 xy according to the elementary elements. You have here the Lie algebra, and you will shoot with exponential map. And so you can extend many algorithms of machine learning by using exponential map. So it's very effective. So Lie group has a very long history, and for Lie group machine learning, we are also very interested by Lie group representation of Kirillov, and harmonic analysis on Lie group on orbit method by Vergne, Torasso, Duflo, and Dixmier, of course, on Lie group thermodynamics. So this afternoon we have a session on Lie group machine learning, and some topic will be developed. So this is, if you look, and to conclude, if you look at the The trends of machine learning, so people are developing deep learning on graph, people are developing, have used natural gradient from information geometry for deep natural gradient or natural Langevin dynamics, like Yann Olivier in Facebook. And so the trend is to go to a machine learning only group, and also to use a Souriau theorem that for a group you can associate a symplectic homogeneous manifold with the two forms associated to the orbit of its coadjoint orbit. So Chinese has published this year a book which is Lie group machine learning, but they are not aware of all the development in geometric mechanics, especially on. You see, some tools are developed, but not always adapted for pure. Okay, and just to conclude, which is a link to Géré de Saxé development. Géré de Saxé has exposed a non-zero cohomology. And recently we have translated this book from a Chinese lecture of Jean-Louis Kozoul in English by Springer. And one chapter is related to the work of Souriau. And we have put on the cover the fundamental equation of Souriau. Here you have the moment map from the symplectic manifold to the dualid algebra. And you have the equation presented by Géry, which is the action of the group on the moment map, with the appearance of an additional term, which is a Souriau symplectic cocycle. So I invite you to look at this book, which is very interesting. Okay, thank you. One question?
So you said that Krylov is not parallelizable. At what dimension do you think Souriau's method beats Krylov?
Sorry?
At what dimension does...
it's better. At which dimension is better to use Souriau algorithms? I don't know yet. We will try to test and to make some comparisons. But you have a recent PhD on parallelization of kind of Souriau algorithms. So it's also active research in parallelization of this kind of algorithm. But you have a basic one which could be used. Thank you.
Thank you very much.